Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Now, things seems to have taken a different dimension on this issue of oil scandal, and it is still on the story of Njeri's importation, the scandal of the 17 billion oil. So Omtata has released a bombshell, what we can comfortably term as a bombshell. So I want us to go through an audio of what Omtata said, because in this new development, Omtata seems to be releasing other details which Raila Amolo did not release during his presser. So just listen to this audio.
What did this 17 billion do that was withdrawn in June, towards the end of the financial year? You are told the money went to do what? To subsidize private enterprises. So my question is, subsidizing private enterprises, first of all, there was a policy of government that subsidies have gone out. So which private enterprise is being subsidized? And then the figure of 17 billion is exactly the same figure of the oil that's coming in. So my position is that the money, the oil was bought using public funds. The oil belongs to Kenyans and it should be given to Kenyans instead of taxing Kenyans to the bone. Still challenge those ministers to come out and explain to us what this subsidizing, what these subsidies that they are giving to private enterprises. Who are these private enterprises, and why were they benefiting from these facilities? If they are not Njeri, who took the 17 billion, which is exactly the amount of money that they are claiming that cargo is worth, and she could not even give the price in dollar because she doesn't know the transaction. All she did was to carry 17 billion shillings. But the whole thing does not add up, and that 17 billion for me is the 17 billion this woman is talking of. She carried out 17 billion, delivered somewhere. Now,
this story has taken a different dimension. Let me take you back a bit to a statement that Raila Amolo Odinga released. When Raila was winding up his speech, he was asked whether he knew about Njeri's issue. And he said that Njeri maybe ni mtu alikuwa amewekwa tu pale, but in actual sense Njeri cannot or could not be able to afford that amount of oil importation. Earlier on, also before that statement, I listened to Cliff Ombeta. When Cliff Ombeta said that Cliff Ombeta talked about an Israeli, so meaning Njeri was just there, but there were some other people who are pushing this whole thing. There was also a narrative that was pushed by one of these mainstream media about the mother to Njeri, and the picture or the video that was circulating was of one person whom you wouldn't want to maybe believe would be able to afford that amount of money and allow her mother to live in that kind of condition, because the condition was not of one who could consider a millionaire.
Visiting the home of 71-year-old Pauline Wanjiru Njoroge, whose daughter, Njeri Njoroge.
Yes, I miss my daughter. I want her to come and see me, but she tells me she has been busy.
Pauline says she has not seen her daughter for the past 5 years.
So this drama, Omtata has decided to hold the bull by the horn by roping in Chirchir and also roping in Murkomen in this old debate. So if you go to the issue of Murkomen, you know, I managed to come across an interview where CS Murkomen was saying that ile mafuta ilisha toka. I think he was trying to make those comments the day Njeri surfaced after disappearing for like 4 days.
Hapa bandarini hapa kuna kisanga kinaendelea hivi sasa. Najua kuna kitu kiko mahakamani na utatu advise kwa sababu wewe ni wakili. Kuna mafuta hapa alikuja, kuna kisanga fulani cha mafuta ya shilingi bilioni 17 hapa. Kwa hii bandari. Sitaki kuzungumzia ile mahakamani. Haya mafuta yako hapa bandarini au mafuta yalimwaga wapi, ama yalikuja na zile meli yakaenda, ama ni vipi? Manake wewe pia ni mwenye dhamana ya bandari.
Kabisa ile sakata ya mtu mmoja kusema kwamba alileta mafuta kiasi fulani meli ni yake. Ukiona ni kama ile hadithi ya Lela Fulela.
Alfulela ulela.
Alifulela ulela.
Hadithi za ngano hizo. Sufuria kubwa kuzaa ndogo.
Mafuta mlipakua
kitambo, kabla hata ya hii mambo yote, mafuta ilikuwa imepakuliwa, imeenda, imesafirishwa kufika penye ilikuwa inaenda, kwa sababu makaratasi zote zenye zinahusiana na documents ilikuwa imeisha. By the time huyu mtu anakuja kusema mafuta ni yangu,
hakuna mafuta.
Tunajiuliza mafuta gani?
Alisema kwamba hiyo mafuta ishatolewa. And then there was this debate that what about if the 4 days where Anjeri alikuwa anaambiwa kwamba alipotea, what if the 4 days were the days where this mafuta ilikuwa inatolewa from the ship into the pipes, the pipeline for consumption? Because he said that the ship had already gone back to where it had come from, and the oil had already been offloaded from the ship. Now, if you look at all these things and try to relate them, then you find that there is something that one would want to wonder. Because now what Omtata is talking about is a 17 billion that was regarded as money, we could say, is what was we were told ilikuwa nile subsidy. You remember the issue of subsidy, because when the April boss made an announcement, he said that kuna some kind of subsidy that was introduced. So that month, I think it was the month of July, July there. Now that month mafuta haikupanda. Yeah, I remember ilishuka na some cents. I think it's some shillings, cents, shillings there. So, and then there was this debate when people talked about a subsidy, that the regime had put a subsidy. People like Dennis Itumbi say that that was not a subsidy. I don't know that we remember that narrative. So what Omtata is talking about is that scenario, that the 17 billion that was withdrawn could be the reason why this oil imekuja. So this oil is equivalent to the amount that was cushioned back then. So that's why if we look at the statement by Omtata, it looks pretty interesting. The whole issue puts Anjeri at a situation whereby yeye ni kama vile ni mtu tu amekuwa pale kutumika, but there are people who are pushing this issue. And that's why Omtata is not ashamed to say that ile mafuta ni ile pesa ambayo ilitumika, the 17 billion which we were told ilikuwa ni subsidy. Omtata is saying that that was not money for subsidy. Hiyo ni pesa ambayo ndio imetumika kuleta hii mafuta ambayo mnataka kuuziwa. So this whole thing appears to be quite interesting, you know. Let me remind you about a certain case that Omtata had filed when I think it was somewhere there in July 5th. It was on a Wednesday, 2023. Now Omtata took the EPRA boss, Daniel Kiptoo, to court over the high fuel prices. Back then, the Kiptoo had increased the prices, revised the prices in an upward trajectory. So Kenyans were already crying over this issue. So the dossier that Raila Amolo Odinga released, the dossier that Omtata has released, could be the reason why William Samoei Ruto now went to Kirinyaga and told the people there, kwamba mafuta sasa itaanza kushuka. And this is contrary to what was said, what we were told, I think, was it 2 weeks ago? We were told that it would hit 300 by February. Remember, Moses Kuria told us that come February, mafuta will hit 250. But William Samoei is telling us that now mafuta will be now decline. The price will now go down going forward. So this is a bit contrary because we're getting information from the same government. So this is enough indication that the government is not on the same page. The CSS are reading different scripts, but from the same book. That is what we are experiencing. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of what Okiya Omtata has said in that press statement? Just tell us below the comment section whether you think Okiya Omtata has justified points. So just go below the comment section and tell us your reaction regarding the same.